Why is it that the representative of God must be made? Exodus chapter 2 from verse 11 down to verse 14. And the question we want to answer today is, why must the man of God be made? Because one of the things we made very clear in our last discussion is that it is not about your growth. It is not about your growing in age. Because if you look at the way the Bible started from that Exodus chapter 2 from verse 11, the Bible says when Moses had grown up, when Moses, or another version will say when he became a man. And when you look at it from the book of Acts of the Apostles, say when Moses was full 40 years. So I want to announce to you emphatically that it is not about the length you have stayed in ministry. It is not about how long you have been in ministry. It is not about the growth. Men are adding title to you. The crucial issue here that none of us can escape is that we must be made. The question was, why must the man of God be made? Why is it that God did not, speak his man into being by prophecy? We discovered that in Genesis chapter 1, up verse 1 to 25, everything that God created, he created it by speaking. But when it came to the man that they represent him, he said, let us make. So the question we are going to be answering today is, why is it that the representative of God must be made? Why is it that God, deliberately sat down to make his man? Now, in Exodus chapter 2, verse 12 to 13, you discover that Moses faced two problems. Now, I would like to see this problem in two perspectives. One, the problem that is outside the church, and the problem that is within the church. Now, you discover that in verse 12, the Bible says Moses looked around. When he saw no man watching him, he killed the Egyptian and buried him under the sand. Now, the question I want to ask is this: what kind of minister performs his ministry by looking here and there to see if anybody is watching him before he do or does what he wants to do? The Bible says we are light. Can a man light a candle and hide it under a bushel? That let our light so shine that all men will see and glorify our Father in heaven. If you notice, this his action is contradicting that principle. Is there anything you are doing that you don't want people to discover? I want to ask you, how is the church finance? How is your relationship with the sisters in the church? Are you doing anything that you want to do it behind the doors and you don't want people to see? Are you a man of God that you cannot boldly exhibit the righteousness of God? To become righteous, to exhibit the act of righteousness is like a problem to you. And yet you are still covering it under the cloak of religion. I want to tell you that one of the weakest points of a man of God is if he has any skeleton in his cupboard.